Alrighty, hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 9. Yes, right?
No.
Say hello, night mate. Yeah, we're on episode 9, right?
I think it's 8.
Is it
Also,
8?
Good Morning Vietnam.
Is it only 8?
I think so. You're bad at this counting thing, aren't you?
No, it's definitely 9, isn't it?
No, it's 8.
Oh shit! Did I watch the wrong one?
We're off to kill the wizard.
I watched the wrong episode.
Death takes a curtain call.
I watched the wrong fucking episode. That's what I've done.
For fuck's sake! You know what? We could both talk about our episodes and then skip to 10 for next week. Just talk past each other the whole fucking time.
Oh, fucking hell! I watched the wrong episode.
Spoilers to everyone. The episode I watched, which was the correct one, had a child, or had a sibling, again being the prompt. It was Jessica's niece. And oh my god, the child actor they chose for the niece's son is horrible. What about your episode, Kate?
Ah, Jesus Christ. What have I done?
What have you done? You watched the wrong fucking episode. I was on the wiki, I checked to make sure that said 8. I opened the file explorer and selected all the episodes we've watched, which was 8, and somehow Cake counted.
As I explained before the stream started, it's been a hell of a week for me. So I'm going to use that as my excuse. But yeah, I watched the one with the Russians. It was about Russians and ballet.
This one would have the same level of Russian KGB style of murder.
But fucking hell! I don't actually know how to carry on with this episode now.
I'm not entirely sure.
I don't know. I don't want to not do it because I want this bit to go out.
Right?
I really want this bit to go out. Oh.
Is next week going to be me watching the correct one and you watching the old one?
I honestly don't know what to do now. I mean, one, I apologize for watching the wrong fucking episode.
I mean, this is funny as hell.
Well, talk me through how to kill the wizard, then, I guess.
So
I will have very little to comment on.
I will admit I was pretty amused during the episode of how horribly it opened.
I guess the first question to ask is it an episode worth watching?
I'm gonna go with yes, because Jessica felt like Jessica. And there was at least some comedy to it. It wasn't quite as good as last week's episode on the comedy bit of just things being amusing. But it was Horatio's House of Horror. It was a really kind of absurd setup to get her involved in the case because apparently Horatio wanted to do a joint venture with Jessica to create a House of Horror based on her murder stuff rather than the other houses of horror he has.
Okay, yeah.
It was really poorly done. But the kid, for me, you have to watch the beginning for the kid to scream, "Oh, but it's Horatio's House of Horror!" Like, I could have acted better than this as a child. I'm almost positive.
All right, so yeah.
Weird twist.
I guess next week we're just going to have to try and go through 2 episodes.
Or that.
And I guess this week, I don't know. This is just the shortest episode we've ever done.
That's also okay.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I'm not actually
I'm
fussed.
just wasting everybody's time.
No. This was not a waste of time. I am very amused.
Jesus Christ.
This is before we get to the wife of the dead guy, and
I mean, I can talk to you about the Russian.
no, we can go over 2 episodes next week, and I'm just leaving the audience titillated.
Oh, I feel so fucking dumb.
Yeah.
I thought if anyone was going to do a watching the wrong episode, it would have been you. No offense.
None taken.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, professional. I'm just kind of skipping through this episode, like not even watching it, just looking at stills, and it looks awful.
Yeah, there's definitely some bad portions to it.
Oh dear.
I will say, as always, when it's some rich asshole that gets killed, which obviously anyone in the audience is immediately going to know, because that's just what we do here.
Yep.
Evil guy dies early.
Okay.
Never mind that.
So what I'll spoil for you for the Russian episode
Mm-hmm.
is that the murder is completely pointless.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Like, absolutely, completely pointless.
Is this like what was initially meant to be the lover and other killers, where the first murder has nothing to do with the actual case, and there's a second murder halfway through? Is it somewhat like that?
No.
Oh fuck!
There's one murder. There's one murder, and it makes no fucking sense to the plot. They right at the end, they try to explain why the murder makes sense, but it doesn't. It really, really doesn't. And the other thing is, I'm assuming they only did a murder because it's called Murder, She Wrote.
Right.
Right. It's not a good story in the Russian ballet one. It's about Russian ballets, and they're trying to defect to America, because it was that kind of time.
I mean, it was just prior to the wall crumbling, so yeah, that would be.
It was that kind of time. So, it's more like a kind of spy espionage thriller episode with, I think, a murder tacked on just so the title made sense.
See, it would be okay to do those kind of, like, I'm okay with them branching out and trying those things. Why are they trying it in season 1, episode 7, and still not having a good through line to begin with?
Yes.
They're trying the things that you use to explore further in a genre, in a series, in a Jessica Fletcher, without setting the baseline.
Because, I mean, I can only assume how bad and how tenuous or how repetitive this series must get.
Which is kind of okay, but no. Why are we trying to jump ship? We're not even halfway.
No, we're not even halfway through season 1.
Right.
Both of us, even though we watch different episodes, because, I'm an idiot.
We're barely past a third. Last week is when we passed a third the way through season 1.
Yeah. And they're doing all of these weird things already. And it is bizarre. But, yes. Okay, so I guess for next week, I'll watch episode 8. You watch episode 9.
Yep.
And then
we're both going to have to watch both of them.
We're both going to have to both watch them again. And I guess we'll just do a double episode. And
yeah, but we won't tell the audience when we're talking about which episode. They'll have to try and keep track from the hints we gave this week.
That's going to confuse us more than that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. There's no chance in hell we will let
Oh, I cannot believe I've watched the wrong fucking episode.
The actual problem next week is going to be to make sure that we don't start conflating the episodes.
Oh, we're gonna put them together. Do you remember when that Russian wizard was there and did that thing?
Man, The title of this one actually made me so hopeful, and the episode was just not that. Like, I wanted a thing, and this was not it. And I guess this Take a Curtain Call does work for play, but you would expect something about Russia to play into that title, but whatever.
Yes. I don't know.
Oh no, this gets published. This is fucking
No. This definitely gets published. But I'm wondering, like, if I publish it as it is, people are going to know it's a very short episode, right? Do I add 30 minutes of silence?
Yes.
Do I just do 30 minutes of me looking at the camera? I don't think I could do that.
So what you could do...
we'd have to record a bit and then just repeat it. Or... what we do is we treat this as a partway through a season clip show, and actually no, I don't have all the old ones anymore, so I can't do that.
I was just gonna say have me talking to me with no actual audio, just the faces moving.
But yes, I guess I'm gonna call this one Keiki's a fucking idiot. And
the wizards went to Russia.
And yes, I guess I just apologize again. Apologies to you, Knight.
No.
I really am sorry about
this. This is fucking hilarious.
I really am sorry about this. Apologies to anyone who's listening, who's watched episode 8 and was just teacher. really ready to go through the episode.
Your kindergarten teacher who taught you how to fucking count.
I don't know why we thought we were on 9. Maybe it's just hopeful, wishful thinking.
We've got to be further through by now.
Next week I'm going to call. Well, I watched episode 24.
There's only 22.
Oh, shit. What did I watch? That's why she was naked in the bath. God damn it.
You got to share that.
Oh, all right. And maybe next week I'll try and make myself a dunce's hat so I can wear that for the episode because I feel.
By next week, you're going to have watched Wicked instead.
Oh, God knows what I'm going to watch next week. Just all of season 6 of Stargate SG-1. We'll just talk about that instead. Do you remember that episode when Jessica Fletcher went through the Stargate?
Yeah, and then she ended up repeating a day over and over.
Oh, she was repeating the day over and over again with Bill Murray and Teal'c was there. And
yes, Teal'c. What's the guy's name?
Which one? O'Neill?
SG. Yeah, O'Neill.
Yeah, it's O'Neill.
There's the Teal'c O'Neill
Daniel Jackson
episode. Jackson becomes a god later in the show. What the hell's up with that?
I've just got to the point where Daniel Jackson has ascended.
Oh, well, there we go.
And I know he comes back after one season because he couldn't find work anywhere else. But
was that why he ascended?
It was. The rumor is because he wanted to do other things. They didn't think they were giving the character. We are just turning into a Stargate SG-1 podcast episode now. Because, yeah, he wanted to find other projects, and then I don't think he did, so he came back for season 7.
I mean, I did really enjoy him being on the show, so I guess I'm not happy it didn't work out for him.
I mean, it's difficult because, like, the character of Daniel Jackson doesn't really make a lot of sense. So like the reason he is there is because he's trying to find his wife. Now, by this stage, when he goes, his wife is definitely dead. But for a lot of it, the wife is not dead. She's just a ghoul. Yet he still flirts and sleeps with a lot of alien women in that time.
I completely forgot about that side plot.
Even though that's his driving plot for the first 4 seasons or 3 seasons. I can't remember when it is. She dies. And it is forgotten so often unless they want to do an episode about his wife. But yes, he the episode. Sorry for turning this into a Stargate episode, chat, everybody. But yeah, like I said, I've been an idiot. The episode where he actually ascends, so the episode where he dies, is a very good episode. I will say that.
Fair.
Really, really tugged at the old heartstrings and all that kind of stuff.
I think in my laziness, I probably will not end up watching it. So how about that Kendrick Lamar?
I don't know what this is about.
Oh, Super Bowl halftime.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it, so I don't know what I'm talking about.
It did something.
What I do know is essentially he bit his thumb at Trump, and that amuses me greatly, considering Trump was in the crowd. And yes, I did go with biting the thumb at because that's so much funnier of a way to phrase it. Well, next time,
I don't know what else we got. I don't know else what we can talk about. Try and get the running time up a little bit as we don't discuss Cabot Cove. In episode 9, Cabot Cove does appear, so that's nice.
I think in mine, she flies back to Cabot Cove for all of like an hour, maybe. I think in the episode, I know she leaves and she comes back, and I swear to God, it's slated to be the same day, which makes no fucking sense. The one thing that did stand out was how pre 9/11 the episode was with the airport, but
I mean, probably not even pre 9/11. Just like, were they still allowed to smoke at that point?
More so.
Because I'm assuming there was no security.
Very little actually takes place on the plane. It's more so the experience of going into the airport and checking in is what struck so.
Because I mean, like it would have been in the 90s when I first went on a plane. We weren't allowed on the apron at that point to wave somebody off who was going on a plane, but you were allowed to go through to the departures lounge.
Yeah.
With somebody who was going, like, you didn't have to have a ticket to be in the departures lounge.
I swear in this one, they said she was like 15 minutes before the plane was supposed to leave, and she's walking into the airport. And now the rule is get there 2 to 3 hours ahead of time. You
got to be there at least an hour ahead, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I live in a nowhereville, and you just get there 2 to 3. Just count on it, because someone's going to, I mean, I do also live in Podunk, someone's going to fuck it up, but.
Yeah. Yeah, I think like the hour for us is when they close check-in, like an hour before a flight.
Yeah.
So yeah, you definitely got to be there before that.
There was a great scene in episode 8.
Episode 8, yeah. Episode 8, yeah.
And you're going to enjoy it when you watch it, of 3 people trying to sit in a 2-seater tug with Jessica shoved in the middle, and one guy's cheek fully half off of the seat. As it is just the top-down scene, so it just looks all the more awkward that they bothered to show they crammed 3 people on this tug.
I'm looking forward to this episode now.
Right?
If only I'd watched it.
You know how they say this is the most boring timeline? At least this part's fun. This part's good. The timeline where you watch the right episode. Well, we created a great, Murder, She Wrote, Cabot Coves. This is the better episode.
I feel like such a fucking idiot. Such an idiot. I can't believe I've watched the wrong episode. For a number of reasons. One, it means I have to watch that episode again so I can remember it the next time we cover it. And I don't want to, which is I guess, my own form of punishment. But yeah, 2.
See, now you get to experience what it's like to be Knight.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Again, I'm blaming the rough week I've had this week.
Yes.
That's my excuse.
That's a very valid excuse.
And I'm sticking to it. And
we're still going to give you shit for it.
Oh, 100%. I would expect it. I mean, I've been an absolute... Yeah. Oh.
You pulled a Knight. Nicely done.
Just, yes. But anyway, chat, on that incredibly exciting episode of Cabot Cove Chaps, where we mostly talked about Stargate and how stupid I was. I hope you enjoyed.
Okay, so
this
no,
will be the one that gets the most fucking views.
We can drag this out just a little bit more. We
little
mentioned
bit more?
Stargate. So
Yeah.
if someone tells you that they're in
Okay.
a time loop, do you just believe them?
That is so hard because eventually the trouble with the whole time loop thing is it always takes the person who's in the time loop a number of tries to get enough evidence to prove that they're in a time loop, right? I think if somebody came up to me with no proof and just said, I'm in a time loop, I'd probably go, you should probably lay off the drugs.
Right, but if they came with some evidence, because
if they came with the evidence,
seen it in Stargate, seen it in Groundhog Day,
yeah.
Everyone seems insistent that there's not a time loop, even when there's mountains of evidence. Like the back and forth in Supernatural is absurd for how far they want, and I've seen it in other things too. It's just, why?
It's always the same, and it's always funny how they set up the evidence for you before the time loop starts. In these shows, like there's always obvious stuff that you can like. Oh, he just had a phone call. That guy just dropped a tray.
Right.
The trouble with my life would be is that my days are mostly the same, right? So
you can predict what's going to happen on stream.
If someone is that is the only way it would work. Because right now LP is going to say something like this, right? That is the only way it would work for me. Because otherwise, it's going to be you started streaming at 1. Yes, LP. I often do. Yeah, but again, that wouldn't prove anything to me because LP often does.
Exactly.
Right?
But no, I feel like in most realities, I would be distrustful, but I would be far more willing to jump on the bandwagon than it's ever shown in any of these shows. But then again, the issue with both of us is we lead, relatively speaking, boring lives. So
we do lead boring lives. And it would depend who came up to me. If it was someone I knew,
right, I'd
be more willing to go along with it just to see what the adventure or the joke was. Right? Because even if it's not a time loop, I'm hoping, they're either doing it because they're bored and they just want to have some fun, in which case, fine, I will support you in you trying to alleviate your boredom. Or they're just trying to set you up for some kind of joke. Now, if they're young enough to be recording all this shit for TikTok, they can fuck off. Fuck off, right?
It doesn't. No. If they're recording it as a prank thing, fuck off. Because most every recorded prank thing sucks balls.
Yes.
There's some that are good, but most.
Well, most of the time. I mean, I guess it's probably not true for the younger generation. But for me, if someone comes up to me and they're recording it, I'm going to suspect they're recording it for a reason.
Right.
Right. To me, it is still not usual for someone to have their phone out while talking to me.
Whereas I know why.
Whereas I know for a lot of people, it is very usual to have your phone out while having a conversation.
Having out and recording versus just having it out is two very different things.
Well, no, because you won't know it's recording, right?
Well, that's only if it's just audio.
No, even video, you won't know it's recording. They don't do like red lights or anything like old school cameras.
Right, but they would have to be pointing it at your face or something.
Yeah, but I mean, that's not going to be difficult if they're just pretending to be on their phone. Do you know what I mean? Whereas me, I'm very suspicious if someone's got their phone out. Right? Because I don't expect people to have their phones out. If they're talking to me, I do not expect them to have their phones out. Because that's rude.
I can hold my phone, like, what?
What do you mean?
I can't imagine someone recording me with their phone and me not being able to look at their hands and look at their phone and tell that they're recording me.
Well, if you can see the screen, you know they're going to be recording you. But there are plenty of different angles that you could just be like. They could just be pretending to sit down at an angle, and then the angle that they're using their phone at would probably be recording you. Remember, most phones have a very wide angle lens these days, so they can see a lot based on the angle that they're pointing at. It's not like it has to be pointed directly at your face to catch
maybe I'm just out of date
to catch the image that they're trying to get. They can be pointing at your chest, and they will probably still be capturing your face, depending on distance and all that kind of stuff. But and And then remember, they don't need the full frame because they're just going to cut it down for a TikTok shot anyway.
Good point.
So that, like, to me, it's the having the phone out. Like, it's not like the old days where it would have been a camcorder and they would have had to have their eye looking through the hole and like pointing at you, kind of idea. But yeah, like I would. To me, my alarm bell goes off because they've got the phone out at all. And I think a lot of younger generation just would be like, yeah, they got the phone out. Of course, they got the phone out.
I got a haircut.
Nice.
And I got it on Friday.
You got a nice haircut on Friday.
And I scheduled it without realizing what day Friday was.
It was Friday.
Which was also the 14th.
Oh.
Of February.
Did you have a nice Valentine's Day haircut?
So I took a whole fucking bouquet to my barber.
Really?
Yes.
Nice.
It was well done, too.
Oh, dear, that is
Speaking
nice.
of doing things just for the fuck of it.
Yes. Oh, dear. Did you get a nice color in your hair?
No.
No?
No, it was just... No, he's my normal barber. I just wanted to fuck with him. The only reason I am not happy I did it is because, unfortunately, flowers are just so much more fucking expensive during Valentine's Day than the rest of the year.
That is 100% true.
But I'm thinking that I just go in next time with more flowers.
Or chocolates.
No, the person actually before me gave him chocolates.
Or, and I don't know how well you know your barber, box of condoms.
Ribbed?
It's just for a joke, so I probably wouldn't pay the extra for ribbed. But
if I'm doing it for a joke, don't I go for the glow in the dark? Because I swear to God, there's glow in the dark condoms.
There are glow in the dark condoms. And the only reason you get them is so you can pretend to do a lightsaber fight. But
I thought it was going to be so that you could pretend your significant other was Qui-Gon Jinn and that you were Darth Maul.
Okay, now I'm no longer sure this episode can go out. we may have crossed some lines here, people.
Thanks, everyone. See you next
This is why we need Murder, She Wrote to keep us grounded. Because when we're left to our own devices... Oh, Jesus.
I regret nothing.
Jesus Christ. And it's all my fault. That's the worst part. It's all my fault.
Yeah.
It's all my goddamn fault.
I mean, you could blame me for not being psychic and watching your episode.
No, that's not how that works. I could have tried to gaslight you and be like, no, we did We're Off to Kill a Wizard last week. What are you talking about now?
I would remember because we would have talked about the fucking kid.
Yeah, we talked about the kid. The kid with the terrible acting. How would I know that if we hadn't watched it last week night? How would I know that? Oh, it's the goddamn Russians.
In other news, fuck Putin.
Oh. I'm trying not to get political because there was so much political stuff this week, which was just awful. But that's not. We've already gone off the whole Murder, She Wrote aspect of this episode.
Wait, I thought Stargate SG-1 was purely political commentary.
I think, honestly, it was trying to be at times.
Yes.
But my God, that was a different America when they made Stargate SG-1.
Political or not, it's different America today than it was last year.
Yeah, that's also true. But like, it was a very... I mean, I know, obviously, it's a Hollywood version of the US military, but it was a very different idea of what America was.
Oh, yeah.
At that point to, what it is now. In fact, making Stargate now with the kind of idea of what we think America's going to be in 4 years would just be dark.
Yeah.
Oh, talking of things that I think are going to be dark, Buffy the Vampire Slayer is coming back.
Really?
Yeah. I was a huge Buffy fan.
I just looked up when Stargate SG-1 came out, and holy shit.
It was
World.
90s? Yeah, it was like
97. It's
yeah.
nearly 30 years old.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is like, have you seen the comparison of the 70s show when it came out versus what it would be now?
No.
Yeah, so that 70s show came out in 1998, and it's based on the 70s. So if it was
my God, is that 70s show really that old?
Yes.
Fuck, I would not have put that as the same time as Stargate.
It would now be about the late 90s. Wait, no.
What?
The very late 90s is what it would be.
It is, because it's that 90s show.
Yeah.
No, I did not know that 70s show was that old. I don't think we had it that early over here. I really don't.
Wait, there is a spinoff called That 90s Show?
Yeah, that 90s show, yeah.
Holy shit.
It was on Netflix.
I think I heard that it existed, but
it had the same parents as in, oh God, what was he called? Red?
Yeah.
And I can't remember what the wife was. Kitty sounds about right. So they were still in it, but it was the grandkids, I think, who were for some reason hanging around their basement in the 90s show. And then I believe occasionally all of the ones who aren't in prison from that 70s show turned up and said hello and stuff.
Man, Hollywood and the Scientology's some fucked up shit, man.
Yes. Those are two... They're both fucked up, but in very different ways. Mix the two together.
Right. If I remember correctly, Mila Kunis, who was what's her name? Jackie, was actually, she lied about her age to get onto the show.
I believe that is, yes. I think I've heard that one as well, yeah. Yeah. I remember it vaguely. Definitely had its funny moments, but
so I hopped on. I perused the internet as we discuss things.
Yeah.
And 90s show. Apparently, there's a network called Laugh, LAFF, that has reruns of that 70s show, and I'm just not sure how I feel about that. What kind of fucking name is that?
Oh dear. But yeah.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
In very good news,
mm-hmm.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is coming to Call of Duty.
But I don't want to.
I mean, I doubt I'll end up buying it because of how stupidly expensive it's going to be. But
since the number of things I've bought in Call of Duty besides the game is so exceedingly low, the most recent thing was for the LA Fires.
Okay,
Before that, it was one skin at the beginning of Modern Warfare 2 that I kept the entire fucking time.
I think there was one game where I bought a couple of Tracer packs because I liked the Tracer rounds. But other than that, I haven't brought a lot. But
I'm just stingy.
So am I. And most of it is just utter crap anyway.
Right.
But if the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle skins look good, and I'm going to put that out there because the Terminator skins are trash.
Yep.
And they look like trash, and they want to charge you 30 quid for that.
Yep.
Basically. And I'm assuming Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles will be 30 or possibly more. I don't know if they think they can keep on upping that price. So it's basically the same price as the game for every fucking skin pack. But yeah.
I think I remember what game is it Call of Duty that they're planning on having being $100? I've heard something about some game that is anticipated being $100.
GTA 6, they think, is going to be over $100. One of them is coming out. Well, no, a few have come out that have been over 100, but they've always been the kind of special editions.
Yeah,
But you're getting less and less with the special editions.
right.
So essentially the special editions are becoming the normal editions. And yes, I think GTA 6 will probably go normal edition. I think normal edition will go for 100.
I think they've lost their cookies.
80 minimum.
If they do 80, I could see it as reasonable. And I know inflation happens, but
I think it will. Whether they do early access, not proper early access, but when you get like, if you pre-order it, you get like a week's early playtime, like they did with Civ 7, right? Civ 7 was over $100 if you wanted a week's early access to it. And then went down to I think 60 if you just wanted to wait a week and play it afterwards. I can imagine GTA 6 doing a week early access, and I can imagine a shit ton of people buying that one.
Oh yeah.
I won't, because I'm bored of GTA and I have no interest in GTA 6. So, and I would also wait till it comes to PC anyway, which will be afterwards.
There's a real chance it never comes to PC.
No, it'll come to PC because PC is where they make most of their money on GTA Online.
No, it's not.
I thought it was.
They make it with shark cards, and too many people mod on servers and drop money in and things like that. And the main reason I know for a fact that it's not coming to PC is the last major expansion that brought it fully forward to PS5 and the Xbox Series X whatever group.
Yeah.
That update never made it to PC. It brought in a whole new thing of modifying cars to a new upgrade level with how special works. And I watched some random shit, obviously. But that never made it to PC. They were going to give it a proper name. I think it was going to be called Expanded and Enhanced Edition, and I think they just dropped the name. But no, they almost certainly are not bringing it to PC within the first year or two.
Oh no, yeah, I think I'm trying to think how long it was for GTA 5 to get to PC. It was a number of years after it came out on the console, and I would imagine it would be the same. But yeah, I haven't really enjoyed GTA since Vice City, so I'm clearly not the audience for it anymore.
God, no.
Like, I like parts of it. I like being able to drive around and just do random crap, but
yeah,
that's about it. And I don't want to pay $100 for the privilege of doing something like that.
I never actually even purchased 5. I ended up getting it for free on Epic Games. I've just been logging in every week claiming a game. I've got so many at this point.
I bet there've been some good ones on Epic as well, but yeah,
it's the only reason it's installed on my PC.
Yeah, I don't think I go through having Epic installed and then uninstalling it. Like, it's normally if I'm playing around with Unreal Engine or if I'm dipping into Fortnite to see what their new game modes are like. But I don't like the base combat of Fortnite, so I never stick around for long. But also, did you see the Overwatch 2 news?
Nope.
We're completely off topic now. No one is listening to this one. So they're desperate because Marvel Rivals has kicked their ass. And they are throwing everything. Like, any idea I think they've ever had, they're throwing at the game. So next season comes out in a couple of days. They're adding like a leveling up perk system. So if you've ever played like a MOBA, you'll kind of get the idea where you kind of level up and then you can buy a different perk, which will change the play style of the character a little bit. Which is interesting. I will check that out because that could either be really good or terrible. They're doing a 6v6 competitive queue, so they're splitting their remaining player base even more. They're bringing loot boxes back.
They actually got rid of the loot boxes?
Yeah. When we went to Overwatch 2, because we went to a battle season pass. Model.
Yeah.
But no, they're bringing the loot boxes back.
Are they going to bring in a full-fledged PvE mode?
No PvE mode. That's dead. But they are doing a third-person mode because Marvel Rivals is third-person. And that will be good.
But why?
Because they're desperate. Blizzard is desperate for Overwatch 2 to stay alive.
But why?
Because it makes them money. But I believe after Marvel Rivals, it wasn't making them enough money.
Wasn't one of their biggest earners for quite a while Hearthstone, which was designed by just one guy?
Well, Hearthstone is designed to be a big earner, right? It's a card game.
Right.
Right? That's gonna make you money because you've got to buy the cards. It's the Magic the Gathering model. Like World of Warcraft must still be a very big earner for them.
Man, I'll admit I have been tempted by the hardcore mode of World of Warcraft, but the
do you mean
I couldn't
classic?
do it. Permadeath.
Yeah, but in classic or in retail? In classic. Right? Yeah,
Probably classic.
I'll be honest. I've also been tempted to do a hardcore run in World of Warcraft, but there is no way I would probably do it. Like,
I would have to have a whole lot more confidence that they were willing to either reduce the total number of bugs or be willing to revive people who just die to a bug and can prove it. Because I've seen enough stories. Like, I can't imagine dealing with that. If I was to even run a hardcore Minecraft server, I'd probably have backups of the save.
Yep.
For if something stupid happens and kills me, not if I make a mistake.
It's one of the reasons because I would probably do like a hardcore D4 run as well at some point, but that game lags so often that if I died because the game lagged and suddenly I'm just dead, it would just piss me off too much.
Yeah, exactly.
If I die due to my own incompetence, that's fine. Right, I'm going to be annoyed at myself, but it was my fault. If I die just because your game is shit,
to do it again.
yeah, I'm never going to do it again. I'm going to say I'm never going to do hardcore again because that was stupid. But if I'm killed by the game, I'm never going to do hardcore again, right?
Yeah, well, and that can turn you off the whole fucking game at some point.
Yeah, and Diablo 4 is not that good to begin with, so.
Does Diablo actually have hardcore modes?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep, you can do hardcore Diablo. I think that's how a lot of people play it because it's not a lot of fun.
Did you know that Elon Musk is the best Diablo 4 player in the world?
Did you know that he's admitted that he cheated in both of those games?
That he admitted that he tried to claim everyone cheats was his defense. That the only way to catch up is to pay someone else to keep you caught up.
Yeah. That's because he's an asshole.
The analogy I had, because he kept going into dungeons with a full inventory. You wouldn't go out shopping, much less for groceries, with your car already full of shit.
No.
And once you realized it was full of shit, you'd go home and empty it and then try again. Like every gamer ends up going into something with a full inventory when they didn't mean to. That happens all the time because we don't check our shit because you literally can't see it until it's a problem.
Yeah.
But you then go fix it and then go back in.
Yes.
Anyone can understand that.
Because it was Path of Exile 2 where he was finally called out on all of this stuff.
Though the old interview between him and Joe Rogan just absolutely sucking his saying, oh, you have to be an exceptional person to be the best in the world at anything, like Diablo 4. It's just, Joe.
But just think of how it never made sense.
Oh, God, no.
Or at least something never made sense, right? Because apparently he's the busiest man in the world.
Exactly.
And according to Tesla, he works 8 million hours a day at Tesla. And according to SpaceX, he works 8 million hours a day at SpaceX. And according to all the other places. And then he somehow managed to father 12 kids, even though he works 16 million hours a day, right?
Okay, that part's easy.
And then apparently he was...
a two-pump jump.
And then, but you still got to find the time, right? There's only 24 hours a day, and he's spending 16 million already just doing his work. So
much less how much ketamine he takes.
The math is already off. I mean, he has volunteered just to send the samples in the post, so maybe that's just what he did. I don't know. But again, he's got to find time to get the samples out. But maybe he's a good multitasker. I don't know. And then apparently he was also putting hours and hours and hours into D4 and Path of Exile 2, right? But what makes it even sadder is why the fuck did he think he had to do this and lie about it?
Right.
What? How shallow and fragile is your ego?
He could even say he used to be the best in the world at this style of game, at the Diablo style of the game, but he just hasn't had the time anymore.
He just hasn't had the time. And yeah, it would have been interesting when, I mean, if you like Elon Musk, I would never would have watched it. But, you know, when he was streaming on X, or Twitter, because X is a stupid name for a platform. Yeah, it would have been interesting if you like him to watch him just bumble around and fail, right? But I think that's the problem. For some reason, Elon Musk can't show that he can fail. And like, I don't get it. I do not get it at all.
He's the best at everything if he touches it, he's the best in the world at it. He's perfect and he cannot fail.
Yeah, but then so is Trump. So how do those two get along?
I'm honestly kind of hoping that both of their egos are going to cause them to be at each other's throats and break things. But it is a question of how much Trump actually has the ability to. That's so much fucking money. That's so much fucking money.
That is the thing. I mean, I was amazed. So, at how much money is still flowing in from Bezos, Facebook Zuckerberg, and Musk. Amazed at how much money is still flowing in.
So, at the beginning of the year,
before
even he got in the office, someone wrote, and I checked, and it was that basically Zuckerberg could spend $500 million a day for all of 2025 and still be a fucking billionaire at the end of it. I can't, like, you could hand me $500 billion or $500 million and tell me to spend it today, and I would not. I can't fathom succeeding besides just donating it all to some charity. Like, there's no way.
There is no way to spend that much money other than donating
it. $2 million.
$2 million because of where I live, and assuming spending it also includes like getting rolled up in like court proceedings, like real estate. Then yes, I could easily spend $2 million. I just need to buy one house. Right. Because of where I live. I wouldn't, because I would not want to waste $2 million in a day.
If you were given $2 million a day for all of 2025, you'd end up having a hard time by the end of it because there's only so many fucking houses you can buy.
100%. And I wouldn't want that much money.
Exactly. Well,
that's the thing with me is I would not want 200 million. What you say, a week?
A day.
A day. Like, what's 200 million times 365? I do not want that much money.
I would take that much money only because I would happily
think about
take
it, even if it was
months.
But even if it was months, you're still ending up with like what, 24 million.
I hate Musk. I hate Zuckerberg. I hate Bezos. I would happily take as much money as them to try and thwart their bullshit. Not even just, it wouldn't be for me. It would be to try and make their bullshit less bullshit.
That would be interesting. But it, to me, like the main thing to me would be, where is that money coming from?
Well, yeah, by definition, because there is no such thing as
if it's not coming from them, right? Because that's the best way to try and break them, is to try and take as much money from them as you possibly can, right?
Exactly.
But if it's coming from the people you're going to end up trying to help, then there's no point doing it that way.
There's no such thing as a moral billionaire, I believe is the phrase.
No, I don't think you can be moral and be a billionaire unless you were born into being a billionaire and are trying to get rid of your money.
The closest I've heard is potentially Taylor Swift, because she's not explicitly... I didn't say that I fully follow or believe or agree with that, but at the bare minimum, she seems to be the least evil that I've seen in quite a while.
I don't know if even that's...
I don't feel like she's
I think there's going to be some insidious Taylor Swift thing.
I have not seen one.
Oh no, I haven't seen one either. But that's
her victims.
That's her.
It's not that hard to find Bezos's victims. Musk's
no.
victims,
But Bezos, Musk, and Zuckerberg are a multitude above someone like Taylor Swift.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And I think between them they hold like 50% of.
They own more. Just the three of them own more than the entire bottom half of the U.S. population.
Yes. So like that is a ridiculous amount of money, right?
They're self-made men. They worked hard.
Oh yeah, all of them self-made men. I mean, Zuckerberg is probably the closest to a self-made man.
Did you know?
Maybe Bezos.
PayPal was originally X.com.
Wait, was it actually called X.com?
The website was X.com.
Oh, interesting. I did not know that about PayPal.
And Musk, he was that he's that vain, obsessed with X, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
No, it was X.com.
But I mean,
he wants banking app.
He wants to turn X into. He wants another PayPal.
It's not even just PayPal. He thinks X is the coolest thing and wants to make an everything. It is truly, he believes in the everything app.
Yes, he wants to do the Chinese version of the everything app. Yes.
Yeah.
Where you keep everything in the ecosystem, and it's terrible, and I hope nobody goes for it.
God, no.
But I'm sure people will. Because he can do no wrong. And
we call those people stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, they probably watched the wrong episode of Murder, She Wrote.
Right?
But the difference is they wouldn't admit it.
Oh God, no! That is the real fucking difference. It's easier to con a man than it is to get a conned man to admit he's been conned.
Yes, I admit I made a mistake, and it was a stupid one. And this has turned into the most random episode of Cabot, Cove, Chaps.
We had to pad the runtime somehow.
That we've ever done, and I don't think anyone will make it to the end. But
that's okay.
If you did, we'll wrap up under an hour.
Yeah. If y'all got a laugh from the beginning, I'm thrilled because I got a fucking laugh.
You have no idea. I've never been tempted to try and edit something into a short to put on YouTube or TikTok. But I'm not going to lie, me realizing I've watched the wrong episode.
If you
I'm
can
very
cut it
tempted to cut it and put it on TikTok and YouTube shorts.
If sometimes it is difficult because the timing won't just cut correctly. Period.
Yes. Yes.
But if that does, I say go for it.
Yes, I am. Part of me is very, very tempted to see if I can do that. But yes, this has been an absolute clusterfuck of an episode. It's all my fault. I 100% apologize.
This is to the point of being a flustercluck.
Next
Not
week.
Even a clusterfuck.
Next week. Do we want to try and do 2 episodes next week?
Yes.
Or do we just want to do We're Off to Kill the Wizard?
2.
We want to do 2.
We're going to follow a fuck up with a fuck up.
Okay, so we're doing 9 and 10.
No! No!
Fuck it. Let's just do 10 and 11 and forget these 2 episodes ever existed.
I'm going to have to just watch the whole fucking season this week.
Yeah, let's just watch all of them until 22 and let's just get season 1 done.
I mean, can you imagine how long our episode would be? It would be 3 days long.
I don't know. I think it could be incredibly short because I don't think we would remember one thing about anything before episode 20.
Probably. No, I would still remember how much I was annoyed about the horses and the dogs.
And the excellent child acting.
Exactly.
But anyway, let's wrap it up there. If you listen to this, God bless you, honestly, whichever
That's
one you
what I was
want. But yeah, we'll be back. We will cover After Kill the Wizard and Death Takes a Curtain Call next week. And it will probably be another clusterfuck because I really don't think we can do 2 episodes in an episode, but we're gonna try get this bloody thing back on track. And then we'll carry on from there. Have a wonderful rest of your day, everybody.
Bye.
And we'll see you in the next one. I'm still sorry. I'm going to apologize once more. I'm so sorry. This was so stupid. I can't believe I did it, and I can't wait. I can't wait until I edit this, and it sounds like it was Nightbringer's fault. Anyway.
You would be laughing your ass off at me if it was me. So I don't want to hear it.
There's enough cuts of me laughing that I can put in.
Yeah.
It'll be. Look, I'm laughing my ass off at me.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I think it's funnier that it's me. Honestly, I just think it's just so. Oh, yes.
Off the cuff, I am far more liable to completely fuck up off the cuff, as in when we're actually recording. When it's a planned thing, like watching the episode, it's unlikely I will be watching the wrong one. That's the thing I succeed on. Once it hits the off the cuff moment, that's where I fuck up.
But yes. But bye everybody. Just bye. Bye.
I thought you had already cut it.